Top of the 8th here in PNC Park.
Presented by Nissan. Shop
The Pirates
today.
and the Cardinals in a pitcher's duel. No score
on Saturday
in
night.
this game. The Pirates just got their first hit in the bottom of the 7th. The Cardinals will come up in the top of the 8th. Mitch Keller has gone 7 strong so far, and he'll stay in for the 8th inning. The first batter that he will face is Victor Scott, and he pumps in a strike for his first pitch
3 hits
of the
against
frame.
Keller, who's been absolutely brilliant.
That one nearly gets Victor Scott, as that one's in the dirt by his left foot. Ball 1.
To end the 7th, bullpen, double barrel action. Dennis Santana, the righty. Caleb Ferguson, the lefty.
Scott takes that one outside, and it's 2-1.
Keller also getting close to that 90 pitch mark.
Yeah. Well, you don't know.
Maybe watch real careful this inning.
Maybe a short leash here. 2-2.
Scott fouls that one off, and the count is all tied at 2.
One of his best starts of his career. No doubt pleasing Oscar Marine.
There have only been 4 hits today, 3 by the Cardinals and 1 by the Pirates. Eerily similar of yesterday's White Sox-Guardians game. And a swing and a miss, and a curveball below the zone, and Mitch Keller's got another K.
Getting stronger as this goes along.
This is the Cardinals' bottom of their order. As Scott's the 7-hitter, now he'll face the 8-hitter, second baseman Thomas Sojasi.
Shows off his nice tight curveball.
Sojasi has struck out and grounded out. He's 8th in the batting order. Another first pitch
that
strike.
One is a strike. Fastball just outside, but called a strike.
Would prefer Keller to finish up this top of the 8th, and the Pirates get him a run to qualify for a win. Strike.
Inside for strike 2. A really nice pitch there by Mitch Keller.
0-2. And Sojasi calls time. Derek Shelton and Mitch Keller have developed a
0-2
strong
pitch.
relationship over the years.
And that one's in play over the head of Chang for a base hit.
For Sojasi. And now what?
And Thomas Sojasi with a little flare over. That was Adam Frazier, actually.
Lefty batter coming up.
And into center field for a base hit, just over the outreach glove of Adam Frazier.
Sorry, I said lefty batter, righty batter Mason.
And now Mason Wynn, the 9-hitter for the Cardinals, up the bat.
He's got the righty Santana also up in the pen.
And that one misses down and away, ball 1.
Ball 1.
Mason Wynn 0 for 2 today, a foul out and a ground out for him.
Brian Hayes robbed Wynn of a hit with that bare hand play in the 6th.
Wynn beginning his sophomore season in the big leagues. Here's the 1-0. That one's down for ball 2.
2-0.
Offering. Outside for ball 3.
Bad miss.
And Mitch Keller is now starting to struggle. And looks like he is getting tired. This will be his 96th pitch of the ball game.
2-0. I mean, a foot outside.
Yeah.
Now, on some days it might not be a red flag, but today his control's been so good. He's so aggressive in the strike zone. I think, hey, you see that.
3-0 pitch. Down for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk drawn by Mason Wynn. And the Cardinals have the game's go-ahead run in scoring position.
Tremendous job.
And Derek Shelton immediately comes out, and this will probably be the end of Mitch Keller's day.
Walk out there and probably call on the lefty Caleb Ferguson.
And indeed, that is the end of Mitch Keller's day. A really strong outing by him.
That's his first walk
And he leaves with 7.1 innings of shutout baseball. We'll be right back from Pittsburgh.
They came in here swinging a hot bats, and he just shut them down.
Which automaker employs
2 on, 1 out.
Welcome back. Top of the 8th. 2 on, 1 out. Still tied at nothing. New pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It is the lefty, Caleb Ferguson. He's appeared in 6 games so far this year, 6 innings, 2 holds. Hasn't allowed a run so far. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, no homers allowed, and opponent batting average of 150. First batter he'll face is the leadoff man, Lars.
Ferguson pitched Sunday against the Yankees.
That one's taken
ball 1
for a ball. Looked like he was in the zone there.
It's been good. I like it.
Should have been a strike, yeah.
You don't always have to worry about, like, when do I use my lefty here? Even if you have 2, you got
1-0 delivery.
Whatever you want. It's beautiful.
And Lars ropes that one into right field. That's going to be caught by Jack Sawinski, actually in right center. 2 gone.
Close that gap quickly. Sawinski puts it away for the 2nd out.
And now Wilson will come up to the bat
Mitch Keller
for the Cardinals with 2 gone and 2 on
this outing today.
in the top of the 8th.
What a start. As Bob said, an offense, one of the top offenses.
Lefty-righty matchup here. This should favor Wilson. Here we go. And that one just drops below the zone for ball 1.
Contreras.
He has not really contributed to that offense.
Yeah, looking for maybe one more.
Wilson's over 3 today. A fly out, a pop out, and a strikeout.
He's had a very strong spring training. This light switch went off when the season started.
And Wilson fouls that one
Strike.
down toward the 3rd baseline. That's 1-1.
Just a matter of time for Contreras. 3rd year with St. Louis, 3-time All-Star after 5 seasons. The 7 seasons with the Cubs.
1-1 pitch.
1-2
Wilson
now.
fouls that one off. It's 1-2.
Take off, not having to sit behind home plate night after night. All the injuries, problems, all that kind of stuff. I'd be able to avoid that and have a big year with the bat.
Wilson steps out of the box, calling time. Now he'll step back in, and the at-bat will resume.
1-2 the count. Caleb Ferguson for the Pirates against Wilson.
The 1-2 pitch.
Almost
Check
got him to
swing.
go.
He didn't go.
Seems
And
like
the count is all tied at 2.
good offensive catchers have at one point had to make that move out from behind the plate. Continue on at another position, usually first, sometimes the outfield, or of course nowadays you have the DH.
Popped up.
Popped it up. Bart didn't know where
Joey
it was
Bart
initially.
looking for
Still
it.
doesn't.
And coming over. Oh, there's a collision. The ball gets away, and they get the out at home anyway.
At the plate because of the heads-up play by Hayes, but that was a
Oh
big
boy,
time collision.
that was a bad collision. Brian Hayes with a head-up
Andy
play.
Rodriguez came flying in from first base.
Andy Rodriguez came flying in. Joey
Still
Bart
down.
looked like he had it.
Tony Leo,
They're all okay, it looks like.
assistant athletic trainer. Boy, that's a great sign to see him get up. Great sign. And a little smile
Ooh.
even. What a play at the plate
Wow.
by Brian Hayes.
Let's get a replay for that. That was a very chaotic play right there.
Well, they're going to challenge something here. Or no, they're not. Nothing going to be challenged. Yeah.
No doubt he was out.
Saw Marmo come out. Wow, what a play.
Let's get a replay
At
here.
the plate, the collision.
Wilson popped it up.
The ball comes loose.
Wilson popped it up. Joey Bart didn't know where it was right away. Andy Rodriguez is coming in. Bart's got it, and they collide.
Collision
And then Hayes has it and gets to JC before he could touch the plate. because when they made the collision, so JC's rounding third, and he's right there. They're both in the baseline. He has to go around Bart and Rodriguez,
Quick pickup and tag.
and Hayes picked it up quickly and tagged Sajasi. And that's a big-time collision.
Really, he took an elbow right to the face.
Wow.
Oof. Hayes saw the ball right away. He also sees Sajasi and gets him before Sajasi could get around and score. A very chaotic play to save what would have been the first run of the game. Wow.
Watch Hayes at the very beginning here. The whole way. Watch Hayes. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What a play at the end.
Andy Rodriguez got up and flashed a little smile.
Thankfully,
Whew.
both Bart and
That
Rodriguez are okay.
was
'cause
chaotic.
That looked like a brutal collision.
It was. Definitely a bad one.
Wow.
Well, there's Andy Rodriguez and Joey Bart. Andy had it in his glove.
Victor challenging walking the plate.
Wow.
That was a huge
Oh my
roadblock.
gosh, that was incredible. Now here's
I'm glad everybody's saying.
And now we head to the bottom of the eighth.
No run scored.
New
No play.
pitcher for the Cardinals,
This
Kyle
is a-
Leahy, into the game.
Pham leads off here.
First batter he'll face is Tommy Pham. And Pham fouls that one off.
This one
0-2.
out of play. Leahy pitched 1 2/3 innings last night. He struck out Pham.
Tommy Pham's 0 for 1 tonight, or today. A walk in the third inning.
Pham led
For
off
him?
the third inning with a walk. Grounded out in the fifth.
0-2 pitch.
6
Misses
no-hit
down and
innings
away
Fetty.
for ball 1.
88 pitches. Longest no-hit bid of his long career.
Up high, ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Pham, the former Cardinal. Phil Maton pitches a scoreless 7th inning.
2-2 pitch. Pham fouls it off, and he'll see another.
Another 2-2 pitch to Tommy Pham.
Inside, and the count is full. As Leahy misses with what looked like to be a
Making his
curveball.
major league debut, the 23-year-old is on deck. Again, just a
Full count pitch,
to
Pham.
Andy Rodriguez and Joey Bart
Foul
okay
ball.
on that play. Still 3
He
and
stays
2.
alive.
And Manuel Valdez has a bat, so he might be asked to pinch hit here, depending on what happens. Yep,
Swing and a miss.
And he is going to
Pham
be called back. I think
swung
if,
and missed
Pham had reached, they
on a
would
ball
count Chang and
inside.
they needed a bunt, but no, it's going to
And
be
Sung Se
Manuel
Chang,
Valdez to pinch hit for Chang.
or actually no. It'll be Emmanuel Valdez. Pinch hitting.
He also is a
For
left-hand
Chang.
batter.
A little pop in his bat. Maybe he can get himself into scoring position here with one swing.
He has a little 3-game hitting streak going now. As he had a base hit
As Leahy and Pajes go
in
over the scouting report
second inning
on
yesterday
Emmanuel Valdez.
against Sonny Gray. Manuel Valdez. This is Kyle Leahy. Bart faced Leahy in the 7th inning yesterday.
Valdez swings and misses at a fastball outside for strike 1.
Bart pinch hit when lefty Steven Matz was on the mound, and then the manager of the Cardinals, Ali Marmol, countered with Leahy.
And that ball's taken for a strike. A little up high.
Strike
Call there, it is.
And it's a quick 0-2 count on Valdez.
He wanted to throw it. I think that's why he got the call, because the glove never moved. He just held it right there the whole time, and that's where the ball went.
Oh-2 pitch. And Valdez fouls it off. He stays alive.
He's got it.
Valdez rips this one right to Sajaci, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. And now the top of the Pirates order coming to the plate, Jack Sawinski.
Tom Kelly, bench coach, talking with Andy Rodriguez.
That ball's taken for a strike, a little outside it looked like, but called a strike nonetheless, 0-1. Jack Sawinski's 0 for 2 today with a walk in the first inning.
Good calls, isn't he? That one I thought was outside a little.
And that one's taken for a ball, even though that looked like it was in the strike zone.
Jack got the benefit of the doubt.
So 2 missed calls nonetheless, back to back.
1 ball, 1
Both on the
strike.
same count anyways. Up high for ball 2. Sawinski a lefty, Leahy a righty. Nobody on, 2 out.
Jack Sawinski.
The 2-1 delivery from Kyle Leahy. And that's ball 3. That curveball drops below the zone.
Sawinski, whose last home run came July 9th last year in Milwaukee.
Three-1. Sawinski fouls it off, and the count is full.
And Santana.
And it looks like Dennis is in the bullpen warming up for the Pirates.
We'll have the 9th.
Looks like he'll get the top of the 9th. The full count pitch. Taken for ball 4. And Jack Sawinski's got a 2-out walk.
This afternoon.
And he'll bring Brian Reynolds, the DH, to the plate.
Pretty good eye right there.
And now it's Reynolds.
It was a home run beat right here.
Oh, how good would it be? Check swing.
Check swing.
Did not go.
Reynolds didn't go. That one was up high, ball 1.
No, it was a perfect day. Home run here.
Brian Reynolds, the DH, 0 for 2 with a walk in the
Santana
4th.
comes in, gets 3 outs.
Take the series. Andrew McCutcheon on deck, 2 outs.
1-0 pitch. Reynolds fouls it off. Count all tied at 1. Why is it every time when I'm recording, the internet always has to go to crap? Every time, man. It's getting annoying, and it's always with the baseball. It's never with basketball. Hang on. I'm going to miss some pitches. I got to go to the Cardinals broadcast.
Reynolds, the veteran, a linchpin of this
2-1 now on
to
Reynolds.
stay down against him, especially in a hitter's count. He
Sawinski
handles the
at
ball
first.
very well.
The pitch. Reynolds grounds that one foul, and the count is all tied at 2.
So it's 2-2 for the Pittsburgh designated hitter, Brian Reynolds. Andrew McCutcheon is waiting on deck. Leahy ready. Here comes his
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with that curveball below the zone. And we'll head to the ninth. Still scoreless.
And Brendan Donovan leads the charge.
This is going to be a fun one. We'll be right back from Pittsburgh. Back to PNC Park, all tied at nothing here as we begin the ninth inning.
Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Can the Cardinals offense barge through in the ninth inning? We're about to find out.
New pitcher. Oh no, Caleb Ferguson's going to stay in for the Pirates. And the first batter that he'll face is Brendan Donovan. IKF comes into play short to replace Chang. That's a strike. 0-1 on Donovan.
He was 1 for 3 today and was robbed of extra bases last time up by Andrew McCutchen and Wright.
The 0-1 offering. Taken for a strike. Sinker that clips the corner. It's 0-2 quickly on Brendan Donovan.
Brian Hayes moves back at third base. He's way off the line. If Brendan
Donovan calls time.
That way, he'd maybe pick up an extra base hit. The 0-2.
0-2 pitch. Down for ball 1.
Well, these are the ones, right? These are the games you just got to figure out a way to win. This offense has been so good. They've been able to manufacture. You got a lot of guys that can get on base at a high clip. Donnie certainly among them. I want to waste a very good pitching performance on your end.
1-2 pitch. Donovan grounds that one foul.
Cardinals have held the Pirates to 1 hit in this game. Eric Fetty went 6 hitless innings. Maton an inning scoreless. Leahy an inning scoreless. Mitch Keller went 7 1/3 without allowing a run.
1-2 delivery from
Ferguson.
No.
Wants to be sure he and Bart will talk.
Joey Bart and Ferguson come to the mound to discuss.
Of the way the Cardinals lineup stacks up, you really force the opposing manager to make some tough decisions because the Redbirds, by and large, go left, right, all the way up and down the lineup card.
And they counter well, right? So if you want to bring in the right-hander Santana, who's warm, to face the next guy, well, then you do have Burleson right behind him. If you want to hang on, you can always counter with Baker for Burley 2 batters later.
1-2 pitch.
He tried
that
to
one shot foul.
Third, almost picked off Pop Warner. A ball and 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Take it for strike 3. A sinker at the bottom of the zone freezes Donovan, and there's one gone in the top of the ninth.
He was looking for something else, I think.
Yeah, got a sinker down in the zone. I think he was looking for a little bit of spin, maybe going away from him. Gonna stay on it.
Now up to bat for the Cardinals.
And now it looks like that'll be the end of the line for Ferguson, who works 2/3.
Derek Shelton will come out.
Actually works a full inning, I beg your pardon.
And that'll be the end for Caleb Ferguson. Dennis will come up for the Pirates to try and finish out the rest of this inning. We'll be right back from PNC Park.
Seems like everyone's
outstanding.
We're back here in Pittsburgh, all tied at nothing. Dennis Santana is the new pitcher for the Pirates. This season in 6 appearances, 5.1 innings pitched, 3.38 ERA, K-9 rate, 5.06. And his first batter he'll face is Nolan Arenado, the third baseman, who is 0 for 3. And Arenado goes after the first pitch. It's popped up. Sawinski's under it. There's 2 gone in the top of the ninth.
Is 0 for 4. That's the second out. Here's Burleson.
And Alec Burleson will be the Cardinals' last batter due up.
With that pitch, but you're right.
Scheduled
a little bit
to
different
be
with the lefty. That slider could go right into that swing of Alec Burleson,
who doubled his last time up.
Dennis a righty, Burleson a lefty. And Burleson hits that one into left field. And Pham is under it. He makes the catch. And we head to the bottom of the ninth. Still scoreless. Andrew McCutchen up to bat to lead off things in the bottom of the ninth. Let's see if he can be clutch again. New pitcher for the Cardinals as we begin the bottom of the ninth. It is Ryan Fernandez, who in 5 games this year has had 4 innings pitched, a 13.50 ERA, and a K/9 rate at 2.25.
Really ended up being one of the go-to guys for Ollie Marmol, for Dusty Blake in the pen. He's been feeling it early on, trying to
first
just
batter
work through some things, get that
he'll
that
face
right
is
feeling
former
balls hasn't been
MVP,
coming out of the hands
Andrew
the way he wants.
McCutchen,
Well, hopefully he's unlocked
who is a
some things
very
at the plate.
big-time clutch hitter.
Andrew McCutchen waiting for a photographer to leave the field of play now.
Give me a reset. Give me a reset. Yeah, they started it like...
We are set to go. So McCutchen leads off.
Here we go. Fernandez and McCutchen begin the bottom of the ninth.
And
That one's
Fernandez
taken
bumps
for
in
a
quick
strike at the top of the zone, 0-1.
Lions been scored upon in his last 3 outings. Time to change that.
McCutchen grounds this one foul, and it's quickly
That's a good
nothing and
sign.
2
Good
on
feel
him.
there, 95 miles an hour.
Yeah, get ahead, and this is where, well, look, we saw Fernandez bury, especially right-handed hitters with his sliders. Love to see one of those competitive in the dirt, though. On the plate in the
0-2
dirt.
pitch.
Like that.
Got
A
him.
perfect result.
A
for
sword
Fernandez.
for Ryan
McCutchen
Fernandez, and
Three
McCutchen
pitches.
couldn't lay off.
That is the
And gets
plane
sorted.
that you're looking for this
One
pitch.
gone.
Look at that. Moving on 2 different planes, 86, caught him in between. You get that swing from McCutchen because he sees it out of the hand as a fastball.
And now up to bat for the Pirates.
Joey
Bart, the
He's been
catcher.
hit by a pitch.
And that one's taken at the top of the zone for a strike, 0-1.
96 at the top of the zone.
One offering. Up high for ball 1. Joey Bart's 0 for 2 today. He got hit by a pitch in his last at bat. As here's the pitch and check swing.
You're right.
He
They're not
went.
seeing him well.
A sword again for Ryan Fernandez. That's 2 so
I
far.
really think it's early
And it's
in the
1-2
season.
on
That's
Joey
about
Bart.
as good as we've seen that slider, too, from Fernandez. It just is coming out of his hand like the fastball and then diving away from right-handers.
One-two
Fernandez turns
pitch.
it loose, 1-2.
Swing and a
Strikes
miss.
out
Down
Joey
the chase.
Bart.
The slider in the dirt. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the ninth.
95 with the fastball, 86 with the slider, and all that movement. You can see the kinds of swings he's getting.
And now to bat for the
And
Pirates.
here's Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Their last
He's
hope in the bottom of the
0 for
ninth.
2 with a walk.
Third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Hayes made
And
the
Hayes
heads-up
takes that slider
pickup
for a strike.
on what was scored
0-1.
an infield hit for Contreras. The ball rolled into foul ground. He picked up the baseball, applied the tag to Sajasi to take away a scoring
That one
chance for
misses
Cardinals
way
in the eighth
outside and in the dirt for ball 1. One offering. Hayes hits that one into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit.
So the
And
winning
Ke'Bryan
run is
Hayes
on
with a
the
2-out single. And the winning run is aboard late in
brings
the
up
bottom of the
Andy
ninth.
Rodriguez.
Just a cutter away from Hayes. Doesn't hit this with any authority the other way, but the fact that it's up allows him to get the end of the bat. Just dump it into right field.
It's only the second
And
Pirates
Andy
hit.
Rodriguez
has the other
will
one.
bat
Broke up the combined
for the
no-hitter
Pirates.
bid. That single came off Phil Maton, who was the first reliever.
First
of
pitch
Eric
is
Petty
taken
today.
outside for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0 delivery from Fernandez.
Runner goes. Good jump.
And Rodriguez pops it up. Coming over is Sajasi in shallow right. And he makes the catch. We're heading to extra innings.
That retires the side. Ryan Fernandez has a nice
Heading to
outing with
extras,
a couple
all
strikeouts.
scoreless.
And to the
Here
10th
in
we go.
PNC
And again,
Park.
Pittsburgh were scoreless.
This is going to be a good one. We'll be right back. Welcome to the top of the 10th. Still no score between the Cardinals and the Pirates. And man, it's at this point, who's going to break through for that first run of the game? Michael Ciani is the automatic runner for the Cardinals at second. And at the plate is Pedro Pages to face Dennis.
Santana, who got 2 outs on 2 pitches to send us to the bottom of the 9th inning.
That one is just below the zone for ball 1.
Slider, it missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Pedro has struck out twice. He's also popped out. Gotta get Ciani to third here with nobody out.
1-0 pitch. Dennis looks at second, now fires, and pumps in a strike at 94, right down the heart of the plate. 1-1. Pages is a pop out and 2 strikeouts today.
JoJo Romero and Ryan Helsley are getting loose in the bullpen.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Pages hits that one into left field for a base hit. Ciani's going to go around third, and he's going to be met by Joey Bart. What a throw by Tommy Pham to cut down the runner at home. Ciani wasn't even close.
Ciani, they run on Tommy Pham, and he makes a perfect throw for out number 1.
Well, wanted to test him here. I mean, this ball got on Pham quickly. Ciani wasn't even at third base when he picked it up.
That was a dart by Tommy Pham right to Joey Bart. A perfect throw from Pham cuts down Ciani at the plate.
Here's Victor
Scott to bat against Santana. And Scott grounds that one right to Frazier, throws to second for 1, fire to first, and Scott is too fast. He's safe. 2 gone in the top of the 10th. Victor Scott is the go-ahead run at first.
Come on and pinch hit.
New batter for the Cardinals, it's Luken Baker. And Joey Bart comes out to discuss something with Dennis Santana.
We'll try to launch one here and break our scoreless tie.
Definitely want to talk this one over. I would assume that Luken Baker from Santana is going to get a bunch of sliders, going to try to stay away from him, make him go the other direction. We've seen Luken be a guy this year especially. He's not expanding. He's going to make it to him.
Righty-righty matchup. Dennis versus Luken Baker.
See how quickly Victor Scott tries to take off here.
And that slider is really good. A lot of movement. Looked like it's going to hit Baker for a second, then curves to the left into the zone, strike 1. Oh, 1 delivery. Swing and a miss at the low slider. Quickly, nothing in 2. That pitch is so good from Dennis Santana, man.
Strike middle and hard to pull the trigger on. That's what he wants to do with it. I expect another one of those
2 out, runner at first.
Not going to be anywhere near the zone. It'll be to set up the slider
The 0-2
again.
pitch to Baker.
Runner goes.
And that one is hit into center field, very deep. Sawinski turning, coming back and making the play. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Still scoreless. Dennis Santana with a really good outing. And the game is tied still. We'll be right back from Pittsburgh. New pitcher for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 10th, JoJo Romero, who in 5 games has pitched in 5 innings, an ERA at 5.40, and a K/9.
Missed opportunity there in that
rate
last inning.
at
Cardinals trying to be aggressive, did not
3.60.
work out for him. But JoJo tasked with leaving this right here.
Well, the advantage for the Pirates
So,
here now.
The Pirates will have Endy Rodriguez as the automatic runner.
Cardinals are pinching in at the corners, thinking Frazier will bunt. New defensive
Adam
lineman
Frazier
on the infield and the outfield
is
for
the first
St. Louis
batter
as well.
that JoJo Romero will face.
And the first
And
one
that
is
slider
downstairs,
just
sign of
misses
a
down
punt
below
from
the
Frazier.
zone. It's 1-0 on
1-1.
Frazier.
Luken Baker at first, Brendan Donovan at second, Victor Scott in left, Michael Ciani in center. Endy Rodriguez, the automatic runner at second base.
1-0 pitch.
And
Did
he was
Frazier
fooled.
go? He
Good
did.
pitch to Frazier,
That's a
evens the
sword for JoJo
Really
Romero on
good
his
slider
second
from JoJo
pitch.
Romero.
1-1.
Trying to shake off, too. This has not been his favorite ballpark to pitch in. 9 games for JoJo, an ERA of 6.4 here at this place. This would be a great way to get a new bit of momentum rolling.
And Frazier grounds this ball right to Donovan, throws it over to Baker to first, 1 out. But it moves Rodriguez over, and the winning run is 90 feet away. And Tommy Pham will come up to bat for the Pirates.
Let's see. Pham 0 for 2 with a walk. And yes,
And Tommy Pham is intentionally walked.
But now you have to deal
Ollie
with
Marble
Isaiah
makes the
Kiner
decision,
Falefa, who's been the best
and they'll take
Pirates
their
hitter
chances
this
with
year.
IKF.
Remember, he checked in the 9th
So
inning.
runners at the corners,
And
one
this
gone.
is
They're
his
going to
first
set
trip
up the
to
double
plate.
play. And it'll be IKF who will try and win
Now, you do
it
have
for the
an option
Pirates.
here if you really
He
want
is
to
the 9
play a
hitter.
matchup. You have a base open at second base. The only run that matters is the one at third. If you don't want to deal with Isaiah Kiner Falefa, you set up lefty-lefty with Sawinski, but you load the bases.
Well, it is one of those ones where you better be very sure that your guy's dialed in and throwing strikes. That's hard. That's like the worst way to lose is when you walk one off with a walk. But it's one of those where if you like your left on left, you go for it.
So Pedro Pajes out in front of the dish offering his defensive instructions. Ali.
Here we go. IKF a righty, JoJo a lefty. This is IKF's first at bat of the day. Let's see what he can do here. And that one just clips the edge of the zone. Really nice slider there from Romero.
Cardinals have
0-1.
turned 3 double plays in this game. This would be a great time for a 4th one.
Oh, 1 pitch. Outside for ball 1. Rodriguez at third, Pham at first. 1 out in the bottom of the 10th. IKF trying to win it for the Pirates. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Romero fires, and IKF shows
Did
bunt,
he offer?
and he didn't go. It's 2-1. As that one was below the zone.
2 balls, 1 strike. Again, if you lose him, you're still alive in the game. Maybe he'll expand his strike zone. He hasn't yet. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 11
Here's the
games.
2-1 delivery. And
He's out play
IKF
foul.
shoots
He
that
expanded his
foul,
strike zone
and
there.
the count
It's
is
now
all tied at
2-2.
2.
I think you're right. I think that's exactly what JoJo and Pedro Pajes are
Big
trying to
pitch
do.
here.
And now, look, you got to remember as a pitcher, you don't have to make this pitch nastier. You just have to make the location better. That's when you get in trouble, is try to really rip on one of those sliders or those changeups. Just start your
The
sights
2-2
down
pitch.
or up.
IKF fouls off a high
But after
fastball.
that, up and out
He
of the
stays
zone.
alive.
So IKF has swung at 2, maybe 3 pitches off the plate in this sequence and is still alive at 2-2.
I'll bury that down now. Even bounce it. Trust in Pedro Pajes going to block it in front of him.
The 2-2 again. And that one's down, and the count is full. And now the stakes get even higher here. A walk loads the bases, and then you get a lefty-lefty matchup with Sawinski, and a strikeout takes away the sac fly.
So the payoff pitch.
Huge
leads
pitch
at
here.
first. His run means nothing.
The payoff.
Not going, the pitch.
And
It goes
IKF
away.
grounds that foul. And we'll see another pitch in this at-bat.
What a game in Pittsburgh. No score. First and third, 1 out.
The payoff again. And IKF pops it up.
Right side.
And
Baker
coming
and
over to
Donovan.
make the play is
Donovan.
Donovan. There's
Makes
2
the
outs.
catch. No advance, and there's your second out.
Well, what a big pitch right there. He pitched
And
him
now
top,
it'll
was
be up to
working him
Jack
around the corners,
Sawinski
got a slider
to try
away
and
got him to
walk it off
extend
for the
and pop
Pirates.
himself up.
So now the
Or actually,
Pirates will play another card off the
We're going to have a
bench.
pinch hitter.
We'll bring on Canario.
Canario
to
will
bat
pinch hit for the
Sawinski.
Pirates.
So Pittsburgh goes with the right-hand batter here. Let's see what Romero does. We've got Brian Reynolds, a switch hitter, waiting on deck. And you want to save Helsley for potentially
Alexander
the bottom
Canario
of the 11th inning if we're fortunate enough to get there.
is the
So
last hope for the
it's
Pirates here in the
Romero's
bottom of
game
the
at
10th.
Well, the conversations here are still
As
similar.
Pajes
right?
comes
way
out to
that
talk
he
to Jojo
attacks
Romero.
Kind of you're going to attack Canario in the same manner. You're going to work around the corners, try to backdoor that slider.
So first and third, 2 outs.
Canario a righty, Romero a lefty. Here we go. Runners at the corners, 2 gone. And that's changeup, misses below the zone. It's ball 1. Tommy
Let him
Pham
take second base on indifference.
advances to second on defensive indifference.
Eddie Rodriguez, the winning run, 90 feet away, 1 ball, no strikes.
And Canario hits a high fly ball to the left. Victor Scott's under it. We're heading to the 11th inning.
What an unbelievable
Jojo Romero with a big-time situational jam. He gets out of it, and we head to the 11th inning, all tied at
What's that, is a
0.
limited time deal?
Lucan Baker will be the automatic runner for the Cardinals.
Standing at
And
second
Mason
base,
Wynn will be the first batter here for the top of the 11th inning. Dennis Santana still out there for the Pirates. Let's see if he can shut down some more Cardinals.
Left-hander is getting ready in the bullpen for
As the ump
Pittsburgh.
tells Dennis to hold up. Wynn steps into the
Mason
box
is 0 for 2
and is
with
ready to
one.
go.
Can't say enough about the Cardinals pitching in this game.
First pitch is up and in for a strike, 0-1.
Well, it's been so nice to see them bear down, make pitches when they really have needed to. I know that from a pitching standpoint, this season has not started exactly like they've liked it. You know you've got some good arms. You know there'll be some ups and downs, especially with how young some of these are.
Wynn lays down a bunt, but it's foul. Nothing to
Mason
chew on
puts
him.
that foul and is behind 0-2. I've got the Cardinals 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position so far today. Time to change that.
0-2 pitch. Nearly gets by Joey Bart. That one's down in the dirt.
That
Ball 1.
hit was the Contreras pop-up that forced the collision and the tag out of Sajasi trying to make his way through the traffic cones to get to the plate in the 8th inning.
Such a funky play, too, because Sajasi cannot run into them as they're trying to catch the ball. Could potentially run into him once the ball is dropped.
Swing and a miss. Mason Wynn waves and misses at a slider below the zone, and he's retired to the first out of the top of the
Right there
11th.
from Santana. It's that very good late
Down the
breaking
chase.
slider. So much swing and miss with
He
that.
goes
That's gonna
down
be it for
swinging. Here
Santana.
comes Derek Shelton.
So Santana, nice work. 2 innings
And Dennis
of
Santana
scoreless relief.
will
The
leave.
runner at second
New pitcher
would be
coming
an
for the
unearned
Pirates.
run and belong to him.
1 out
Ryan
in the top of the
Baracki is
11th.
on next for the Buccos.
Register.
Chevy calls the
New
bullpen
pitcher for the Pirates, Ryan
He's come off a
Baracki,
real rough
will come
outing
in
on
with
Sunday
1 out in
against
the top of the
Yankees.
11th, and Baker at
Struggled in
second.
that one, allowed 3 runs in 2/3.
He'll be
of
lefty-lefty
the inning.
against
He's been
Lars
sort
for
of
his
back-to-back
first
games. Couple of trends that we'd
at
like
bat
to see continue
of the
here.
game.
He's got the top of the order coming up. Nootbaar and Contreras with Lucan Baker at second base. 1 out after the Mason Wynn strikeout. Nootbaar is 0 for 4 today. Cardinals had Ciani thrown out at the plate in the 10th inning, with what could have been the first run of the game. That's why we're battling on in the 11th.
Here we go. Baracki, first pitch to Lars.
If memory serves,
That one
this
missed
guy doesn't
outside.
play
Does get away from
particularly
Bart
hard
for
by
a
today's
second,
standards.
but Baker doesn't advance. It's
You're
1
going to get a
out.
lot of that, right? It's going to be the sweeper, the changing speeds, trying to get you off the barrel. Look at his numbers. Your Chevy going to the bullpen in his 7th game now. Longtime Toronto Blue Jay. Made a pit stop in Seattle and 2nd year in Pittsburgh.
1-0 pitch. And that's grounded right to the first baseman.
Will be the
And
second
Andy
out.
Rodriguez
Baker is 90
steps
feet
on
away,
first.
And here is Contreras.
2 outs. In the top of the
So
11th,
Contreras,
Baker moves over to third, and the go-ahead run is 90 feet away
My
for
guess
Wilson
is they'll
Contreras.
take their chances with Contreras as he has not recorded a hit yet in the series.
Well, especially with what Barucki's going to be throwing up there, right? A lot of that spin, a lot of breaking balls. He'll try to go back to earth. He'll try to bounce it.
And Joey Bart's going to come out to talk to Ryan Barucki.
Contreras on that funky play we were talking about was credited with a hit. So
here comes the pitching coach
make sure
as
I
well
got
for
that
Pittsburgh.
right. But he is still 1 for 12, whereas Donovan has hit everything in this series. He's got 6 hits for St. Louis.
Yeah, hasn't squared anything up. So the talk here is, how do you want to attack? Realize that you got left on left here behind him. Might even be asking his veteran pitcher, hey, what are you more comfortable with? Do you want the lefty that is on deck? It's up to you.
Well,
Mound visit over. Everyone heads back to their spots.
Now 1 for 9. Right-handed batters against him.
And with Baker at third,
5 for 12.
2 gone in the top of the 11th.
So those are all the
Ryan
things
Barucki
managers and
will
pitching
face
coaches and
Wilson
players
Contreras.
have to calculate not just the raw numbers, but how they're
Right.
playing now.
Oh, exactly.
About-
I mean, that obviously is factoring into this decision right
Now.
here in attacking Contreras.
First pitch to Wilson, taken for ball 1. Changeup
And
just below the zone.
low. 1 ball, no strikes. Helsley is up again in the Cardinals bullpen with 2 outs.
Taken for a strike, slider at the edge of the zone, 1-1. One delivery coming right.
Barucki ready. His 1-1
Now.
pitch.
That misses outside for ball 2.
Ball 2.
2 outs, top of the 11th. Luke and Baker, the go-ahead run at third. Still no score today. Can Wilson drive in the first run of the ballgame? He swings and misses a changeup at the corner of the zone, and it's 2-2. Cardinals down to their last strike in the 11th.
Some sliders as well from Barucki with Contreras. I think you're seeing that upper body just flailing out instead of staying in his leg, staying back.
2-2 pitch. Wilson rips this one into left field, and right there is Tommy Pham. It was right to him. And we head to the bottom of the 11th. Still no score for anybody. This game is never going to end. Ryan Helsley is the new pitcher for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 11th.
Walking music here in the bottom of the 11th inning. A little Hell's Bells for Mr. Helsley, who answers the Chevy call to the bullpen.
Bold strategy by the Buccos, getting the fans going for Ryan Helsley. Look, you know that Ryan Helsley has been anxious to get right back into this game. Last time out,
Alexander Canario is the automatic runner for the Pirates.
Save situation, blown save against the Red Sox.
Can Pittsburgh walk it off on St. Louis's closer, or will Helsley hold the line and send this game to a 12th inning?
Runner on second. They walk Reynolds. Intentional walk. Set up your double
Ryan
play.
Reynolds is intentionally walked.
You made an interesting point while we were talking.
Andrew McCutchen will be the first batter that Ryan Helsley faces today.
Get him up twice already in this ball game. You don't want to sit him down. Get him back up again. That is 3 times.
Righty
throwing.
matchup.
Get him in. Save this thing and
First pitch to McCutchen is a swing and a miss. A fastball blown by him at the top of the zone.
And a first
That's 0-1.
strike for Andrew McCutchen, who has punched out his last 2 times up.
0-1 pitch to Kutch. Drops down below the zone for ball 1.
Besides the performance, I would assume, Brad, the toughest thing about being a late inning reliever is having a short memory.
you have to. If you let an outing like his last one linger with you, it is going to be a long year. I know that he
Swing and a miss. Chase the slider in the dirt. And it's 1-2.
Upset about it, and not that he doesn't want to make some fixes, but some days you're just not going to have it. He didn't have it against the Red Sox last time out. But you forget about it, you go right back to work. Pretty good slider right there, too, to McCutchen.
Who's behind in the count? 1-2. First and second, nobody out for the
The
Pirates.
1-2 pitch. McCutchen grounds that one foul.
Does stay alive. Outfield change. McCutchen slightly toward right in center.
1-2 pitch up high for ball 2. That one was at 100 for
Like
Helsley.
the idea of changing the eye level. Love the idea of going right back to that slider down middle.
Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Strike.
Got him looking.
Fastball.
Andrew McCutcheon takes a fastball at the zone for strike 3, and there's one gone in the bottom of the 11th. McCutcheon was frozen.
Painted right there.
That was
with
paint.
99 miles an hour. Ouch! Nice pitch.
That's why Ryan Helsley is so good.
there's
He
the first
fools
out. Now you've got
everybody.
the catcher running,
And
Joey
now,
Bart,
Joey Bart
or I should say batting, and
is
then
the
maybe
next batter
running.
for the
So
Pirates.
he's a double play candidate. Bart 0 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch.
And check swing.
No
He
swing.
didn't
one ball,
go.
no
Ball
strikes.
1.
Cardinals have turned 3 double plays in this game. Can Helsley send us to the 12th? If we get there, the
Reynolds
heart of
at
the Cardinals
first,
order is
Canario
scheduled.
at
A
second.
scoreless affair.
Bart at the plate. One gone. And that
And
one's
shot
hit into
to
play. Base hit into right field.
But Newbar comes up cleanly.
Lars fires it to hold, and they do send the runner, and Canario's easily out.
Canario slid around the plate, and great footwork by Pajes to do the
2
dance
outs
around
in the
dish.
bottom of the
Applied
11th.
attack
They
for the
send
second
Canario,
out.
and
that
Lars
was
cuts
huge
him
right
down.
there. A solid throw. Ended up beating the Pirates. Trying to be aggressive on this one as well. Coming up on the one.
It just got by Donovan. They sent Canario, and Paez didn't get him at first, but he got him on the second time. Brian Hayes will come up for the Pirates. What a play by Lars and Paez. That was not a good send by the third base
First
coach of the
and
Pittsburgh
third,
Pirates.
beg your pardon, second and third now for Pittsburgh.
Here's Brian Hayes with both runners in scoring position,
And a strike.
and he takes a fastball for a strike, going
Single by
1.
Bart, second on the throw to the plate. Reynolds, the man 90 feet away.
And Hayes hits that one right to third base. They'll fire over to first, and we head to the 12th.
Headed to the 12th inning. What a great game in Pittsburgh. Part of the order.
No one can score. This game will never end.
Which
Nolan
automaker
Arenado
employs the most hourly workers in the
Picks up
country?
the ground out
4.
and fires over to first.
Which automaker assembles the most
send us to the
vehicles in
12th.
country?
Well,
Welcome
right,
to the
guys,
top of the
time for
12th.
Cardinals to
Cardinals
take the lead
nothing,
in the 12th
Pirates
inning.
nothing.
Again, the free base runner will
Brendan
be
Donovan
Wilson
will lead off for
Contreras.
St. Louis
Now,
here.
Brad, you've got Donovan,
Wilson
Arenado,
will be
and
the
Ciani
automatic runner at second
scheduled
base for
to
St.
hit
Louis.
The Cardinals here in the top of the 12th inning.
And
It's been entertaining. It has been well.
the pitcher for the Pirates
Contreras checking in. He's your automatic runner. And
will be
Brendan Donovan, who has been a machine, especially on this road trip.
Ryan
A
Barucki, who
first inning
stays in the
single for
game.
Donovan, a 1-for-4 day for him. Let's get this guy to
Lefty-lefty
third base
matchup.
at the very least
Barucki
here.
versus Donovan.
And
Here we
give
go.
yourselves a chance.
Whoa, that nearly gets Brendan Donovan.
No strikes.
As that sweeper runs inside, almost got him on the elbow, 1-0.
Barucki really hasn't been a late inning guy as a big league pitcher. He's in out of necessity today because of extra
1-0
innings.
pitch.
Think
Misses
about
down.
leading guys, you think about saves.
And
He has
outside
one
for ball
professional
2.
save, and it came 11 years ago in the Northwest League. It's not a save situation, but he's trying to save the game for Pittsburgh, if you will.
I think it tells you a little bit more about the role, though.
2 balls, no strikes. And he balked.
And Barucki
That's a way to
balked,
get the runner to
and
third.
Contreras
Thanks
will
very
be at
much.
third.
Barksdale saw that immediately from behind home plate. So all help
That changes
appreciated
things.
here. A balk brings the infield in for the Pirates. Nobody out. Hard contact gets you a run, perhaps. The pitch. And a
That
strike.
one's taken for a strike. That looked a little bit below the zone, but it was
takedown.
called a strike nonetheless.
Not much you can do
2-1.
with that.
I didn't even see Ryan Barucki balk. I don't know what he did. And
Tap
Donovan
foul.
taps that one foul, 2-2.
It's 2-2. Barucki's thinking, get a ground ball at somebody. See if he can leave one in the nitro zone for Donovan here, and we can break through in the 12th. Right guys are up to do it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 pitch.
On
Donovan
the
ground ball
stabbed at
right to the
no
first
advance.
base.
Donovan makes contact.
Rodriguez steps
There's
on
your
it for the first out. Wilson holds up at third.
Nice diving play by Rodriguez at first. Here's Arenado.
And now Nolan
Cardinals
Arenado
now
will be the
2
new
for
batter
9
for the
with runners
Cardinals.
in scoring position.
3 ground outs and a flyout today for Arenado.
Arenado is 0 for
And he's going to be
4.
intentionally
They won't
walked.
pitch to him. They want lefty-lefty with Ciani. Then you've got Pages. Cardinals, though, have a big weapon on the bench. Jordan Walker has grabbed a bat. Looks like he's making his way to the plate.
And Jordan Walker's going to pinch hit here for the Cardinals for Michael Ciani.
Pirates do have a righty throwing in their bullpen as well. Justin Lawrence has been tossing out there.
And the strategy of an extra inning game coming into full effect here.
And a couple of more tosses for Lawrence.
And we're going to have a mound visit for the Pirates. Here's Derek Shelton coming out. It looks like this will be the end of Ryan Baroki's day.
First and third with 1 out. Scoreless game, 12th inning at PNC Park.
And we'll be right back from Pittsburgh.
Seems like every
New pitcher for the Pirates with runners at the corners with 1 out. It is Justin Lawrence. In 5 games, he has pitched in 5 innings, a 1.8 ERA, and a K-to-9 rate
He's not going to
at
necessarily overpower
12.60.
you.
And this will be a fun test for Jordan
And
Walker
his
coming off
first
the bench cold to pinch
batter that he'll
With men at
face
the corners
is Jordan
and 1
Walker,
out
who
in
is
the
pinch
12th
hitting
inning.
for
Walker's
Michael Ciani.
trips to the plate have
Wilson
been
at
very
third,
impressive to
Arenado
start
at
the
first.
season. Showing a lot more patience
1
at
out.
the plate.
Here's the pitch.
And Lawrence with that
Misses
low three-quarter
outside
delivery.
barely, and
Misses
it's 1
badly
out.
outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
And that delivery like that, it makes it so important for a right-handed hitter to stay in on the ball. Make sure you're keeping that hip and that shoulder squared off to the pitcher. Don't let it open up.
And Walker grounds that one, and it gets through for a base hit. That'll score. Wilson, Arenado digging the third, and he's going to get there. It's the first run of the game. Jordan Walker comes through, pinch hitting, and RBI single.
With this right here, it has taken what the opposition is giving you. Jordan Walker able to get his hands in. You've got Frazier pinched up the middle and sneaks it through the right side for the first run of the ball game.
Again, the approach turns into results, which I assume Brad feeds the entire machine.
For sure. I mean, those type of at-bats are selfless. Like, it snuck through, but he's
Pedro
trying to get
Pages comes
ground
up
ball
with
to
runners
that
at the
side.
corners and the lead.
So the Cardinals
As that one
finally
misses
break through
just
in the
up
12th
high.
inning, an RBI hit
Ball
for
1.
Jordan Walker. And now Pedro Pages bats with 1 out. A deep fly ball gets you a big second run in this game. See if Pedro can provide that.
Pages
Down
rips
right
this one
field
into
line,
right
curling
field,
ball
and it's going to
off
be
and
foul. So the count is now at 1
For
and
much of
1
this year,
for
the Cardinals
Pages.
have been winning with offense. That has not been the story today. This has been an excellently pitched game by both sides. See if he can win a different way today and take the series in Pittsburgh.
1-1 pitch. Pages grounds that ball to third base. They're going to tag Arenado out, and that'll be 2 outs in the top of the 12th. Another heads-up play by Hayes.
Arenado tagged out at third on the fielder's choice, first and second.
Arenado
now 2
got done
outs.
in by Pages.
Well, this is one right here. You want to be able to make that decision. Either you're going or you're not. Coming back into that one, that's a tough break.
2 gone, runners at second and first. And the batter for the Cardinals
So
will be
Arenado
Victor
wanders
Scott.
too far off third. He's out number 2. Victor Scott the second is next. He had a triple last night against Skeens. You hit that guy, you can hit anybody. Let's see if he can do it here.
First pitch to Scott is taken for a strike
I figure
at the
left-handed
bottom of the
batter's
zone,
grab will get a
0-1.
much better look at Lawrence in this 12th inning.
Yeah, you see it come across, and for Victor Scott, same idea. It's just quick hands. Stay right in your approach. Same thing you've been
The
doing.
0-1 offering. Lawrence steps off, and sliding in back to second is Walker.
Not a bad idea by Lawrence. He knows how hot Victor Scott has been. But IKF didn't cover the bag, so no pickoff throw. No balls and a strike.
0-1 pitch. Way outside for ball 1.
Big sigh from Lawrence, the pitch. Good take.
Check swing. He didn't go. Ball 2.
Lucan Baker would be next for the Cardinals.
Looks over at second. Lawrence delivers. And outside, ball 3.
3 balls and a strike. Bottom part of the lineup card is coming up for the Pirates in the 12th. Steven Matz is throwing in the bullpen and has been for a bit.
The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sweeper inside, and the count is now full.
I got that frisbee. It was that sweeper, started middle, ended under his hands.
Lucan Baker on deck for St. Louis, just in case Victor Scott walks.
Well, the advantage
Here's
for
the
the
payoff
Cardinals will
pitch.
take off 3-2. There they go.
And
fouled
Scott
away.
fouls it away. He stays alive.
The Cardinals have one. They love a couple more if they can get them in this 12th inning. Runners.
Payoff. Oh,
Lead, and
Lawrence
there's
steps off.
another
Thought about going
step
after
off by
Walker,
Lawrence.
but he gets back safely.
So now you get a bigger lead if you want. There go the Cardinals. The pitch.
Payoff pitch.
Is
Scott
popped
pops it up.
Center of the diamond,
And
IKF at shortstop.
underneath of it,
He is there.
IKF
He's got it.
ends
And
the
then
top of the
retires
12th.
side.
The
The
Cardinals
pitch
break
hits
through
Jordan
thanks to
Walker.
Jordan Walker's
Scores
pinch hit
Wilson
RBI
Contreras. The
signal,
Cardinals have broken
single,
through in the 12th.
Jesus.
They need 3 outs for
And the
series
Cardinals can put it away in the bottom of the 12th.
Excuse me.
We'll be right back.
Can you?
win.
Bottom of the
Matz
12th,
will try to finish
Stephen
off
Matz
game
will try and
3.
finish this one
He's the
off.
next to answer a
This
Chevy
season in
call
3
from the
games,
bullpen.
he's pitched in
Mason
8
Leahy,
innings,
Fernandez, Romero,
an ERA at
Mosley,
2.16 and a K-to-9 rate at 4.32.
Yeah, unloading them all, trying to look for save number 2 is Steven Matz. Steven last night was really
The automatic
good. Inning
runner
and a
for the
third,
Pirates
scoreless
is
in
Ke'Bryan
relief as
Hayes.
Ke'Bryan Hayes checks in as your automatic runner.
And
This
the
is a
first batter
for Steven Matz. Never in
that
his career
Steven Matz
has he
will
pitched in
face
back-to-back games.
is
So Andy Rodriguez
Rodriguez.
will go to work first. Hayes, the automatic runner,
Hayes, the game's
Rodriguez
tying run at second.
has a single in
Matz
4
delivers.
trips. And
Rodriguez
second swing.
went around. It's 0-1.
Cardinals relief corps has struck out 7 Pirates since the start of the 7th inning.
0-1 delivery.
Pittsburgh has put 3 hits
Rodriguez hits that one into center field. Backing up is
there's the grab, tagging and heading
Scott.
to third is Hayes. Long throw is off target.
and Hayes
And the tying
tags
run,
and goes
90
to
feet
third.
left.
There's
Out
one
for
gone, bottom of the
Rodriguez.
12th.
Cardinals defense looks different now in the 12th inning. Newtbar in left. Scott in center. Jordan Walker is in right.
And Adam Frazier will come to bat with the game's tying run 90 feet away.
So the infield
And
comes
one gone.
in for Adam Frazier. He can handle the bat.
First pitch.
And
Frazier
to
takes
strike.
that one for a strike, a sinker down the heart of the plate. That's 0-1. Delivery.
Swinging
Frazier
in,
swings and
snap
misses. They throw to third.
Hayes in the back.
And Arenado
They had him,
had
a
him,
little low.
but he
Unfortunately,
dropped the
hit
ball.
Pirates base runner otherwise.
And it's
That's down
0-2
the
on
left field
Frazier, and
line.
Arenado
Dangerous
jumped
play,
around.
aggressive
He
one,
knew
though.
he
thinks
had
somebody's taking
Ke'Bryan
some liberties over
because he
there,
wandered
and
too far
they
off
had
the
a good play
bag.
on. You just want to get
And
that
he
throw
just
off the
couldn't get the
line.
play.
Yeah, Pedro and Nolan knew it. But now you've got Frazier behind
0-2 on
2.
Frazier. Hayes still at third.
Tommy Pham next. First, the 2-strike pitch.
Matz delivers. And strike 3 called. Up and in, sinker on the outside top corner of the zone. Freezes Frazier, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 12th.
But this has been a pitch that Lance Barksdale has been calling, that top corner up and away to the lefties.
So the Cardinals and out away. Tommy
And Tommy
Pham is
Pham
next. He's
will come
walked
in
twice and is 0 for
That's
2.
the Pirates' last hope. And he shoots one down into the left field base hit, and this game is tied again. Tommy Pham comes through on the first pitch. And we're all tied again at 1.
Tommy wasn't wasting any
This game has it all.
in the zone and just put a swing on it.
Didn't waste any time. Shot it through the gap and into left field to tie the game. And now Pham is the winning run with 2 outs.
So
At first base, IKF will come to the plate.
Trip to the plate.
Swing and a
That's
miss.
with 94. Gets ahead
Strike
of the
1.
strike.
IKF is the 9-hitter. He's got the winning run at first. That is Tommy Pham. That one down the pipe. And the Pirates down to their last strike in the frame.
That's a long look at Fan. Long pause.
Here's the
And brings
pitch.
it. Did he go?
Did he go?
Nope.
No. Check swing. Almost went around on that high sinker. Ball
Joey
1.
Wentz, a left-hander, is up in the Pirates bullpen. When we get to the 13th inning, we'll have the bottom
1-2
third
pitch.
coming up.
Down low
And that's in the
for
dirt.
ball
2
2.
balls, 2
And the count is
strikes.
all tied at 2.
With Pham in scoring position. He represents the winning run and stands at first base. The 2-2.
2-2 pitch. IKF grounds that ball right to Donovan, fires over to first, and we head to a 13th inning. The Cardinals score 1, the Pirates score 1. Tommy Pham with a 2-out RBI single ties the game and extends it to 13. Justin Lawrence will begin the game
And 1 apiece.
at the top of the 13th. His first batter is Lucan Baker.
Coming up, free base runner for the Cardinals is Victor Scott.
And the
the
Cardinals'
second.
automatic runner will be
See
Victor
what, if any,
Scott.
liberties the Cardinals take on the base paths with him.
And we're in lucky number 13. Could this inning be lucky for the Cardinals
Yeah,
or the
we definitely know
Pirates?
that you probably don't have
Or
to take too many
nobody?
chances. Any
We'll
gets
see.
Dumped into the outfield. He's scoring on a base hit.
First pitch, Lawrence to Baker. That sweeper goes all the way around into the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Started to play catch in the Cardinals bullpen. Joey Wentz, the lefty, is working for the Pirates. A Johnny Holstaff kind of game in a 1-1 score.
Looks at second, 0-1 offering.
Tap
Baker
foul.
taps that one
It's
foul.
These are the ones,
1-2.
man. You work so hard to get to this point, and you mentioned it before. The offense has been rolling coming into the season. One of the best offenses in baseball. The pitching staff stepped up big this time. Got to figure out ways to win different styles.
Scott at
of
second,
ball game.
nobody out. The payoff. Check
Baker, no
swing.
out.
He didn't go.
On that sweeper,
Ball 1.
it's a ball and 2 strikes. Baker, Wynn, Nootbaar are scheduled.
One-two pitch. Ooh, inside.
And
And the count is all tied at 2.
Check
Baker did
swing.
check his swing, but he didn't go.
that sets up the sweeper again if you want.
The count's all tied at 2.
That is, again, my thought would be late in the game, I'm going to have him beat me the other direction. So sinker in off the plate's good. Sweeper away is probably the finishing move.
And that one is
When they
fouled off.
gave himself another
We'll
piece
see
of life.
another.
That's what Lucan Baker has been doing. That's what this Cardinals offense has been doing all season long, and they've been so tough. Seeing some of the most pitches in all of baseball per plate appearance. I mean, really just making the opponents work. And these are the kind of at-bats we really didn't see last year.
Baker's battled back to an
2-2
even count.
pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here it is.
And
he held up.
So from
Count is
0-2
full.
to 3-2.
Missed outside with a sweeper. Mason Wynn on deck for the Cardinals, the 9-hitter. Here's the full count delivery. Swing and a miss. Punched his ticket. Got him swinging. And a sweeper in the other's batter's box.
Mason Wynn is next.
And there's one gone in the top of the 12th. Or 13th. Sorry.
Mason is 0 for 3.
And now for the Cardinals, the shortstop, the bottom of the order, Mason Wynn. And that one's in there for a strike, 0-1.
You expect a sweep, you get it straight, and it's a strike.
Well, I think that's the idea, too, of sticking to a plan. You know what he's going to end up trying to do to you, and you don't miss it if he does.
Long look at second, 0-1 pitch. There's the sweeper, and he didn't get the call.
That sounded like a strike.
That looked like
That
a
one
strike.
throws Lance Barksdale behind the plate. Got fortunate on that one, even the count back up. Nice pitch by Lawrence.
So instead of 0-2, it's 1-1 for Mason, who's got a lot of room down the
Count
first
all
base
tied
line.
at 1. And that one misses
Same
again.
spot, same
Another
ball.
one that
How
looked
about
like a strike.
2-1.
2-1.
There aren't many fans here in Pittsburgh today, but they're letting Barksdale have it.
2-1 pitch. And Wynn hits that one foul.
This guy's
That's
throwing
2-2.
hard, 96. And they've got a piece of Joey Bart, who's got to walk that off here with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that 96, too, it's slinging it and it's got movement. It's a very tough combination, especially for a right-handed hitter.
Payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Another sweeper.
Sweeper in the zone. Past Wynn. And he couldn't catch up to it. 2 gone in the top of the 13th. And they still got Scott at second. They haven't moved him over.
Well, they'll walk Newtbar here.
And Lars will walk.
And then you've got Wilson Contreras, who
So they're going to try and set up a righty-righty with Wilson here.
Today.
This solves that problem, right? You get the right on right, have the handedness here, and another opportunity for Wilson Contreras to step up in a huge spot.
Jordan Walker did an inning ago.
Scott
Let's
at
see what
second.
Contreras can do. He
Lars
scored
at
the
first.
and only Cardinals run
Wilson at the plate.
in our 12th inning.
Looks like Wilson's got a torpedo bat on him. Taken for a strike. That sweeper has a lot of movement, and it moves into the zone for the first strike of this at-bat. And that one's hit up the middle, right to Frazier. Throws over to first, and we head to the bottom of the 13th. All tied at 1. The Pirates hold. And let's see if they can walk it off in the lucky number 13th inning. We'll be right back from PNC Park. Chris Roycroft replaces Steven
He's
Metz
the 7th reliever to answer a Chevy call
as
this
the
afternoon.
new Cardinals pitcher.
Worked a lot.
He has been working a lot.
And
7th game of the season. He had a
man.
couple of games in Boston. Looked good. He was
53 pitches in the last 3 days
Unfortunately, first game
for
against
Roycroft.
Pittsburgh in
He's going to
2/3,
add
he
to
ended
that
up giving
total
up
today.
3 earned runs, so he's
IKF
looking to atone
is
for
the
that.
automatic runner at
In a really
second.
tough spot. It's Isaiah Kiner for
And the first batter
your automatic runner at second.
that Roycroft will
And
face is Alexander
the first batter
Canario,
that
the
Roycroft
leadoff
will
man.
face, and
As
Christmas
Roycroft
is
misses outside with that
no
sinker,
strikes.
it's
This
ball
is the
1.
longest extra inning game for the Cardinals in the free base runner era.
Bottom of the 13th.
13
1-0
innings.
pitch. Canario swings and misses a
August 31st,
sinker
2022,
right across the heart of the
Reds
plate.
5-3. Albert Pujols had
That's
a
1-1.
sac fly, and Lars Nootbaar hit a 2-run homer to break what was a tie game. Here it's 1-1.
The 1-1 offering from
13th.
Roycroft. Down low for ball 2.
You know what Roycroft tries to do? He wants to keep the ball down, sinks it, cuts it, throws hard, but has really had command issues with the glove side. That left-hand batter's box has been peppered of late for Roycroft. The pitch.
2-1 pitch. Inside for ball 3.
Kneecapped Canario. 3 balls and a strike.
Right on cue, and a lot of times that's just your front side, that glove side that is pulling off towards first base, making that arm side drop, and it sounds like it would be
Big
easy
pitch
to fix,
here.
but oftentimes it takes a minute.
The 3-1 offering. Misses inside, and it's a walk for Canario. And the
Nobody
Pirates
out.
have 2 runners on with nobody
Double play
out.
in order, though. No harm, no foul here. Same scenario. You've got the winning run in scoring position, but no outs. And there is one of the most popular guys in the
And
ballpark.
up to bat for the Pirates, Ryan Reynolds.
Zaplinski. He's one of the ushers here. He's got 9 different Pirates uniforms that he wears throughout the season.
Reynolds the lefty,
That's
Roy
Ryan
Croft the
Reynolds.
righty, and that fastball is
Oh,
inside
no strikes.
That's a good one right there.
in the zone.
Crawford Grays.
But
Rick says, I
no,
have a great job. I get to hit people with
the home
peanuts.
plate umpire calls out a
That's
ball.
good,
It's
yeah.
1-0.
Oh, he loves it. Always got a smile on his face. Been here for years.
And Reynolds
Got the
shoots
Grays
that one
uniform on
foul.
today. Yesterday he was wearing
The
the
count is all tied at
all-gold
1.
Pirates uniform, which got me thinking about our great Cardinals.
If that
PR
fastball
staff.
was called a strike,
Don't
it'd
you
be nothing
think
and 2, and that
Chris
changes the
Tebow,
whole at bat.
Carson Shipley and Michael Whitty all wear Cardinals uniforms of different vintages during the season?
I feel like it would certainly bring
1-1
a boost of
pitch.
morale everywhere they go.
Check swing.
I think
He
they
went
were.
around.
Check
That's
swing
1
strike.
and
Yes,
2 on Brian
put it
Reynolds.
1 and 2. But can't you see Tuno walking in the clubhouse sporting a 1944 Cardinals uni?
All wool in July? Sure I can.
Ray-Bans gleaming, Stetson hat.
Big
I
pitch
don't think you
here.
should be able to wear Ray-Bans. You got to be able to. It has to stay with the times.
Okay, all right. Wait a minute, they had Ray-Bans in the
No, no
40s.
glasses.
No glasses? All right.
Baseball players didn't wear Ray-Bans.
Kidding me? Fighter pilots did.
1 ball, 2
The payoff
strikes.
pitch from Roy
The
Croft.
pitch
Up high for ball
is
2.
2-2.
Count all tied at 2 now.
Here's the
2-2.
It's
Up high, and the count is full. Roy Croft is really struggling here. He's been used a lot. So maybe he's still feeling some fatigue from that. But this is a big pitch here. Full count. If he walks him, the bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. And Reynolds hits it foul.
And Reynolds stays alive.
And we'll see another pitch in this at-bat between Roy Croft and Reynolds.
The Cardinals will be happy to have an off day tomorrow.
Just thinking it's getting pretty lonely out there in that bullpen. John King hanging out with himself. Just everybody
Here
else
we go.
been working.
3-2 pitch. Down low on the ball.
And that loads him up.
The bases are loaded with nobody out.
So it's there for the taking.
This really is like the Guardians-White Sox game yesterday.
McCutcheon
And Andrew McCutcheon is the batter for the Pirates. Here comes the pitching coach for St. Louis out to talk to Roy Croft. And if this isn't a spot where Andrew McCutcheon would win it, I don't know what is.
Can't find the zone consistently.
And it's maddening, and a lot of times it's not for lack of effort, right? I'm sure you'll have the fan throw a strike. He's trying. He's trying to throw a strike. He's just not able to harness it at this point. I think part of this conversation with Dusty is, look, you got bases loaded, nobody out. Make them beat you. Don't beat yourself. Make them beat you. Go right after them. Trust in your defense behind you.
Bases
Let's see what
juiced.
happens.
Nobody out. McCutcheon the batter, Roy Croft the pitcher.
Chris, you might recall, pitched in the blowout loss to the Red Sox on Sunday, and fans were wondering, well, why was he in that game? Why not use a position player? There was some logic behind that, too. Ollie wanted to help this kid find his stuff in game action, not on the side.
Here we
So
go.
hard to figure out stuff with
Bases loaded.
adrenaline when you're on the side.
McCutcheon at the
Figure out where
plate.
release point is, where you need to be.
Roy Croft fires. Outside for ball 1.
I would imagine the conversation was, let it rip. And he tried to there and just pulled the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. McCutcheon's a smart man. He knows Roy Croft doesn't have command. He may not swing. And the only man that matters is that man, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the winning run 90 feet away in the 13th.
The 1-0 offering from Roy Croft. Down low for ball 2. Oh my goodness. McCutcheon looks calm and collective. Roycroft starting to get red.
2 balls, no strikes.
Here's the 2-0, and McCutcheon hits that one up the middle. Here comes Wynn firing home, and they get the force out. 1 out in the bottom of the 13th.
They get the force play at the
Bases still loaded for Pittsburgh.
How about that? With a little breathing room, your ground ball away from 2. Got to be honest, I'm shocked that he swung in that moment where Roycroft was having a tough time throwing strikes. Way to gather yourself for Mason.
Now up to bat for the Pirates.
Get their first down.
Joey Bart will try and walk it off.
Joey Bart, the Pirates catcher. He's a double
1 out,
play candidate.
bases juiced.
And Roycroft
Game
pitch
still
out of
tied
this
at 1.
gigantic mess.
If Chris Roycroft can get out of
With
this,
strike 1.
this is going to be an amazing effort from him.
And he did.
And that's a strike. Sinker that looked outside, but called a strike nonetheless. 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Down low. Count all tied up at 1.
Canario, the runner at third, is the only runner that matters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris ready to go. Here's his 1-1 pitch.
1-1 pitch. Bart fouls it off.
Cutter.
And it's
Different look.
1-2.
And a good result. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Roycroft ready. Bart is
The
2.
payoff
There
pitch.
it is, and
Bart fouls it
straight
back. And he'll see another.
Boy, he's staying alive up there. That's a tough pitch to even get a piece of 95 up above the hands there from Bart. Now, this would be a good time to be able to drop that slider down the way if he's got some feel for it here. Really trust in Pages to smother it.
1-2.
Down low for ball 2. Count now all tied at 2.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris not missing east-west as much, a little north-south now. And a very big pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Payoff pitch. Bart fouls it back. And we'll see another.
These are moments of growth for young players.
Man,
Situation like
this
this
is a good bat right here. With the game on the
road,
line.
Bases loaded. And
Man.
Roycroft keep the game alive. We're about to find out.
2-2 pitch. Down low and away for ball 3. The count is full. The game hangs on the balance.
So the fate of the game rests on this pitch. 3-2, bases loaded. 1 out.
This is for the win.
And Roycroft is ready and steps off.
And Roycroft steps off.
I don't blame him a bit for this.
Good move by him. Hand to his ear, listening to the pitch comm.
And now Bart's going to step off.
And Bart
Head out
calls
and
timeout.
Think it over.
This is for the win.
So here comes the 3-2.
Roycroft fires, and Bart slams one into left field. That's going to be plenty deep enough. Back, Lars. Can't make the catch. And the Pirates walk it off.
And they win the game 2-1 in 13 innings.
Joey Bart walks it off for the Pirates. And let's see how they rule it. Is it a walk-off single or a walk-off? It is going to be a walk-off single to the warning track in left. And the Pirates win it in 13 innings thanks to Joey Bart.
Can't wait to get home and
See y'all later. RB out. Peace.
on Friday.
Man,
The
that game looked like it was never going to end for a long time, and it finally does. Congrats, Pirates.
Alexa